Hello Pisces, I'm Tamara and I'm going to do your reading for January 2019. This reading is for Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon and Pisces Rising sign. I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, please watch your moon sign or your rising sign. While I'm shuffling, I just quickly want to say thank you to all my subscribers for all your likes, all your comments, all your shares, and thank you for being with me last year, 2018, and still supporting my channel in this new year. Let's see what we have for you for January. Your first card is Page of Swords, followed by the King of Swords, followed by the Star. Your Spirit's message is Two of Cups. We have Nine of Swords, followed by Five of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Wands. And your Spirit message is Five of Swords. We have Knight of Swords, followed by the Three of Wands, followed by the Queen of Cups, and your Spirit message is the Empress. Okay. It's a monthly reading, so we have beginning of the months, middle of the months, and end of the months, but time is fluid, so see how it actually plays for you. Page of Swords, your first card. Could be a child involved who is air sign, Libra, Gemini or Aquarius. But pages are messengers, they bring information, news, and having actually King of Swords as well next to it. Could be some sort of, because the information, Swords is all about business. It's all very intellectual energy. And the messages will be right, they will be very sharp, they will be right to the business. And somehow I feel they might be either about business, could be something to do with the legalities, legal issues, because King of Swords sometimes talks about a judge or something. There might be some sort of a decision you will receive, or there will be correspondence. Sometimes pages also talk about some sort of someone is spying or stalking you, maybe online, maybe watching your Facebook, maybe watching your social media profile or something, watching you sort of without you knowing, you know, it's that sort of energy. So be careful. But I believe it's more about some sort of correspondence with someone who is very business orientated. It also could be a consultant, advisor, or someone. The King of Swords is very clever, he's very intellectual, very sharp set of mind. He's not really showing much emotions, you know, like sometimes like a judge. He doesn't show emotions, but he is permanently sort of analyzing, processing everything. So it would be either you get information from this person, you will get correspondence from this person, you might be writing to this person by email or something. You might get a sentence or something of some kind if you're dealing with some legalities as well. And as I said, could be as a judge, but sometimes it could be like a professor. He might be a surgeon or something. That's where you might get again information about some sort of, when you're if you have some issues, medical issues, when the op is on or something like that. I like the way the cards are sort of laid down for you. Next to it you've got the Star. I think through that person and this information, all three cards are saying you will get what you want, because the Star card is talking about wish fulfillment. Your hopes will be fulfilled. It's also a card of healing, card of recovering. So it could be playing in all ways. If it's something to do with legalities, you will get that information message. What you wanted to receive, you will receive. If it's maybe medical issue and you waiting for this information that it's all clear or something, yes, and it also talks about healing and recovering, that it's all clear, it's all good, you know, for you, you're getting better or something like that for some of you. Very nice card. You will be shining like a star at the beginning of the months, my dear Pisces. it's also card of attraction, like in a way, like you will be attracting people towards you because you will be so bright, you know, shining as a star. People will be drawn towards you. Very nice. And I think you will attract someone because we got Two of Cups next to it. Two of Cups is the soulmate card, and it's in your advice position. So pay attention on who is around you. There might be someone who will be your soulmate. Someone you will connect on a soul level rather than sort of physical attraction. We not always talk about, when we see the Two of Cups, it's not always romantic connection. Could be romantic connection, of course, but it could be you might make a new friend who will be, you know, someone you can talk like all night long, someone who would understand you from the, you know, from the first word, and you don't need to give much explanations. It's a very nice connection. Connection could be on a business level, maybe a business partner. You will be working, or at work you work like as a team with someone who will understand you without, you know, second word. Very nice. And then we go into mid-January, dear Pisces, and the energy changes. I see you're worried about something, and I think it's Nine of Swords talks about sleepless nights, worries, depression and anxiety, but I think it's all something to do either with the money, either with issues with the properties or somewhere where you live, but again it could be worries about the health, either yours or someone else's. So here we get that you received maybe, you know, all clear and everything. There could be a reoccurring connection or some reoccurring issue where you still worry. You worry. It's, as I said, it could be finances. It could be somewhere, you know, something to do with your property. Sometimes, you know, it could happen with the rent. You might be all of a sudden given a notice by your landlord saying that, you know, he has to terminate your contract earlier than expected, and you've got nowhere to go. You might not find anything else. So you need to consider, with this card it also always tells that help is available for you. So ask people for help. There will be help available for you. I see for it could be a Queen of Wands who can help you in that. Queen of Wands is the fire sign, Leo, Aries or Sagittarius person. She's very passionate, very... she's also like resourceful, this woman. She will find something, she will find a way to do it, because very entrepreneurial as well. She will know how to help you. Usually I say that she is talented, creative, artistic, yes, but for your situation I think it's she is here in order to tell you that she is resourceful. She will be able to help you in this situation, or it tells you that it's you who is resourceful. I know you're a water sign, this person is a fire sign, but that's the way it portrayed to you, maybe, that you've got resources, you know, just make sure to use those resources. And the Five of Swords over here is the card of victory, victory on a mental level. You might sort of, sometimes I consider this card as negative, but sometimes depends on what the context of this reading. I think for you is more like a card of the victory. It could be victory over yourself, you know, that's why you've got this card of Queen of Wands, that you've got resources, you've got everything, you know, what you need. Somehow I see it's like more like a magician card, that you're very resourceful, you know, find a way to solve that problem rather than, you know, I know it's sleepless nights because you worry about something and you're anxious and everything else, but you will find some sort of ways to deal with that, and it's a victory over yourself, over your negative mindset, you know, trying to solve the problem. You know, people are like, there's other people, so you overcome that situation with this Five of Swords. But sometimes the card says about sour victory, because you might have to pay quite a high price for this, but you will, you know, you will win. And we go to the end of January. We got the Knight of Swords is the air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It's quite a young individual, but knights usually don't say so much as a represents themselves as the person. They talk about how situation develops, and for you it tells you if you've got any ideas, if you have got any plans for the end of January. The card is literally saying for you go for it. It's a very ambitious card. Someone who's full of, he is sometimes a little bit reckless. He doesn't even think about consequences. He just throws himself into the situation with his sword high into the air, hoping, just to get what he wants with his sword. And I think that's what it is, the card is advising you to be like this, a little bit more, ambitious, a little bit reckless, a bit sort of brave. Just go for it, because the ships will come for you. 3 of Wands is waiting for the results of this, so being patient. And if you worked hard on something, it's maybe you're waiting for something to do with a relationship, maybe you're waiting for something to do with the work, career, or business to come back to you. They are, the card is confirming to you it's coming. Just work hard as you did. 5 of Swords, Knight of Swords. There's so much energy over here. Even the Queen of Wands is a lot of fire, a lot of energy. I think you will solve, but for some of you, whatever situation is going to be, you will solve it yourself. You have a Queen of Cups. It could be you yourself, dear Pisces. It's a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Or it could be your fellow water sign next to you. Usually represents the Queen of Cups is very soft personality, has got a very soft personality, very motherly, caring person. She is good to talk to. She's a good listener. She might not give you an advice what to do, but she will be there for you, and that is important sometimes. Or it could be you yourself. You're like in the center of this sort of energy of the Knight of Swords, where you want to throw yourself forward to do something, and at the same time you're sort of waiting for the results of your hard work. 3 of Wands. But it's also the Queen of Cups have got a very intuitive. Could be a clairvoyance as well. Maybe someone could be a counselor. They know how to listen, and they're very intuitive. And the advice for you, the last advice for you, last Spirit's message for you is the Empress, and the Empress is talking about fertility. So for some of you, who may be hoping to get pregnant, it's a sign that it's a good time for you to get pregnant. For those of you who doesn't, it's a sign that be careful, precautious about that. But it's also with this 3 of Wands, I think, and having the Empress there, it's you being fertile, very productive. You are coming with some sort of ideas, because the Knight of Swords is also it could be like it's all about your intellect, about your ability with coming with a lot of new ideas, something fresh and brave as well with the swords. And you will be very fertile in a way of coming up with some ideas, trying to implement them and waiting for them to bringing you that what you want them to bring to you. It's also in the Empress, she is ruling her little empire, and how big is her empire depends on your personal circumstances. Could be just a couple of people around you, but you still the Empress for these people. The Empress, she is in charge. It's also, she is ruling her empire, being in charge, knowing, directing your life, your situation in the way you want it to go. It's very important to be in control and in charge, and that was the Empress is all about. The dear Pisces, you will be, by the end of January, you will be in control of the situation. You will know, and you will direct it the way you want it to go. Ruling. Let's see what's for love and romance for the Pisces for January. There's a lot of information here, different storylines over here for each sort of part of the months. Your first card is getting to know each other as you reveal your... let me put my glasses on. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Here we are. So if you meet someone, or if you are with someone in January, get to know each other before you sort of spend that time talking, you know, asking questions. That's what's important. Some people, they don't ask questions. And that is, for me, it's a sign of ignorance, because it shows that you're not interested in another person. Try to find out more about the person who is next to you. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Put all the passion. Yes, nice card. And your last card is codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. For some of you, has got some sort of codependency, which can be, you know, all these recreational drugs, alcohol, but it's also sometimes codependency to people who are not good for us. We got that sort of pull to when sometimes we know that this person is not good for us, well, but we still sort of feel attracted to them. We still want to be with them. Let's get you a couple of Lenormand cards as well to see how they pan up. So with these cards we have Tarot cards. We have two doors. One is open. Both of them are open, and two pass. Let's see. So two doors at the end of this pass are open. So regardless, oh, the Star card, amazing. And I like that. Guys, whatever way you will go, I know some of you are waiting for something with the Three of Wands over there. Both doors are open for you. Look at that card. It's the most important thing is for you to make a decision which way you will go in January, but both doors are open. You've got a Star card next to it. Again, it's very similar, meaning that they're shining like a star, attracting people. It's also a card of success in Lenormand. Being successful, whatever you will planning to do in January, you will be very successful. And I also see someone who is very influential. Do you remember that King of Swords I was saying? Someone who is very influential will be there for you in January. If you're looking for a partner, he might be a little bit older than you and maybe have got a very high position. If you're dealing with some sort of issues, that person will be on your side. They will be next to you, helping you. It could be father figure, could be, as I said, your boss. It could be a partner who is a little bit older than you, but someone who is very wise and influential. That is very, very nice. Those three cards is just fantastic for you. Well, thank you very much for watching, dear Pisces. I will publish another readings at the mid-January. Thank you for being with me in last year and still supporting my channel. See you soon. Goodbye.